And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases with a little POWERTOWN talk, toy news at the beginning, and of course, weekly purchases that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw Waylon Jennings. It is the weekly purchases. And as I said, we're going to talk a little POWERTOWN here. Huge news dropping Saturday. Of course, they dropped it right before my toy news video. Could this be another conspiracy? Probably not, but we're going to talk about this, going to break it down. Stay tuned for that. But of course, first we got some housekeeping at the beginning of the week here, at the beginning of the video, I should say. Still a little bit under the weather, no rest for the wicked, like a young Ozzy Osbourne, as I said yesterday in the toy news. Trying to recover that voice. We'll get there though, But let's do our giveaway stuff. First off, Patreon, month of October, we got 2 giveaways, or I should say 1 giveaway to 1 person in the Patreon. NECA Ultimate Frankenstein, NECA Ultimate The Mummy. Check it out. Link in the description down below. Join up the Patreon. You could win these for the month of October. Also have a giveaway for the 1-year anniversary of my second YouTube channel, Kyle Peterson 2.0. Make sure you subscribe to that channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well. But I did do an Instagram giveaway over there. You had to follow the rules, do all that rigmarole over there. And we got the winner this week. It is Matthew Dotter. And I know Matthew, so he's a Patreon member as well. So Matthew, shout out to you. Good win on you. I will reach out to you, get your address, send this on your way Monday morning. So there it is. There's a little giveaway action right there. But now, before we get into the rest of the week's purchases, wanted to talk about POWERTOWN a little bit. As POWERTOWN Saturday morning, I guess depending where you live, but Saturday morning, right as I was getting ready to put up toy news of the week, of course, they did finally put out a statement via email to all of us that have pre-ordered any other toy lines that we talked about in the toy news the last couple of weeks. So, very cool. We finally got an official statement, as we did get a statement from Magnum via the Major Wrestling Figure podcast earlier this week that really didn't say anything. And then here we are Saturday morning, and I am going to read that right here from my very email here. Per the subject line, we sure do owe you one, and much more than just an apology for the late delivery of your pre-order, or orders in my case. Your commitment to POWERTOWN product has not gone unnoticed. We sincerely recognize your frustrations are the delays delivering your orders. While we understand any skepticism, be assured that all product ordered from POWERTOWN will be delivered. No excuse is an acceptable excuse. Yes, we are experiencing growing pains, as each new pre-order continues to wildly exceed our expectations and therefore dramatically affect delivery dates. That's a little business speak, trying to kind of skirt around the issues is what that is, but I see it. With 5 pre-orders under our belt, and as we approach the release of what we anticipate being our biggest pre-order yet, with what we believe will be the most dynamic group of talent to ever be offered via pre-order, online sales or retail, we are stepping up to ease the pain. We feel our loyal customers deserve something special for the delay of their orders, so along with updated delivery dates on past pre-orders, we are implementing the POWERTOWN We Owe You One program. For the next 30 days, customers with open pre-orders for Remco, TNA, Ultras, Cardona Myers will have the opportunity for a free figure of their choice from Ultras Series 1. Those who purchase full bundles of Ultras, all that, will be able to select 2 free figures as an added bonus. Those figures will be shipped free of charge, no handling fee. POWERTOWN will absorb all costs associated with this promotion and will start shipping immediately from our fulfillment center. So then basically you can pick from Series 1 and the Kerry Von Erich repaint is what you can do there. It does say updated delivery dates will be available on the POWERTOWN website under pre-order status. We'll also be posting shortly recent factory images of all product. In closing, all of us, POWERTOWN, thank you for your support and patronage. The best is yet to come. I think that's what the Scorpions sang about not too long ago. So shout out.
The best is yet to come. Hey, don't look now. The best is yet to come. Sing it. Hey, take my hand.
champions once again. But I'm going to go to the POWERTOWN website right now, see if I can find any kind of status right here. Okay, so they did update. They did just update the pre-order page along with this. Cardona Myers pack, supposed to be here, I believe it was July, then August, then September, then October 1st. Now we're looking at January 2025. Remco line, supposed to be October, January 2025. TNA, supposed to be October 1st, now March, possibly April 2025. Ultras Series 2, March, April 2025. So some long delays right there. Some long delays from that. Does it make good with the figure? We'll talk about that here in a second. But it is kind of too bad. Now, how do I say this without, I don't know. I'm just going to say it. You guys view however you want. I feel like it took my video last week to get all this going. I don't want to take credit and say, I'm the man, you guys all owe me one. But you do. Send me the tips my way. No. But it took that video, putting them on blast, calling them out for all the money we have pre-ordered out there to get some traction. Now, POWERTOWN, I don't think listens to this channel, follows this channel. They don't even follow me on social media, so I don't think they really pay attention to me. I buy every single POWERTOWN thing. I have been very rough on POWERTOWN just because I put my business hat on, and I'm going to call it out. No different I do with Jazzwares, Mattel, or anybody else. I'm going to call and talk about these things and at least give my opinion on them. So I think POWERTOWN, they don't care, they don't pay attention, they don't follow, whatever it may be, it is what it is. But I think that video got a lot of people chirping. One person, of course, that has a lot of power is one Matt Cardona. If you guys listen to the Major Wrestling Figure podcast this week, he talked about my video. He said he watched the video. He sent it to numerous people at POWERTOWN. Nobody responded to him except for Magnum TA. Magnum must have got the ball moving somewhere in there. So it takes a little teamwork to make the dream work, as we do say. So it helped get that signal boost from Matt Cardona. I think that's what ended up getting that out to the masses because say what you want about this channel. I think we got some pretty good takes with the business, and I think we understand the wrestling business as far as toys and all toy business for the most part. But it took that signal boost from Matt Cardona talking about it on the podcast, which gets a little bit more ears and a little bit more people buzzing, I do think. But I think last week's video, there's no doubt that started things going. And I could put on my Jesse Ventura conspiracy hat. Very interesting that they put the video out right as my toy news video was dropping. That's a good win on their part there because I'm sure in the comments of that one, well, did you not see the POWERTOWN email? Well, did you know this video isn't live? I don't do all these videos live. They're usually a day later as far as Toy News weekly purchases, that kind of thing. So a very interesting whole mix-up of all that, but we got to give a shout-out, I think, to that video and, of course, Matt Cardona giving it the signal boost for people getting free figures right here. But is the free figure making it right? I think a lot of people are saying, hey, this makes it right for me. Okay, look at that. They're giving us something. Everybody likes something for free. Let's be honest. Everybody likes free figures. But do you feel a little bit you're being bought and paid off? And hey, we can all be paid off because guess what? I get 2 figures out of this. You think I'm just not going to get the 2 free figures? Of course I am. I need it for my pain and suffering. Oh my gosh, my life was just ruined come October 1st when this stuff wasn't at my door. That isn't the case there. It is a heck of a gesture by POWERTOWN or any company that tries to make it right. Giving a coin away like they did with Matt and Brian originally, that's one thing. Okay, it's a coin, it's something free, but is it really something we really wanted? Are we collecting coins here? A free figure here is a pretty big deal, especially $55 value. People like myself and maybe others get 2 free figures. There's $110 right there. That's $110 they gave you back, basically. And if you're like me, you don't need those figures, you could sell them. You get $100 back, whatever it may be. It's like free money back. So not a bad deal. It also helps POWERTOWN because apparently they still have that Kerry Von Erich Diamond. They also have Series 1 figures left over. Helps them get rid of some stock, gives them some goodwill. They win on both sides of that. Obviously, they don't want to give free figures out, but they had to do something for the customers as, of course, a lot of people had a lot of money tied up, and it looks like our money's going to be tied up even longer. We were promised October for this. Now we're looking at January. We're looking at March. We're looking at April. That's a pretty big delay. Does this free figure make it right to you? Are you like, okay, I'm okay with this now? part of me feels like you're just being bought if you take the figures and you don't have an issue with that. Now, we're all going to wait. It is what it is. There's no changing it. There's no moving up the timelines. At the end of the day, it comes in, are you going to vote with your wallet? In the future, will you buy things from POWERTOWN knowing there's probably going to be an extra weight on the back end? They've seen it in every series they've done. Who's to say something's going to change for the next time? Like I said, I'm taking the figures. I'm being bought just like everybody else that did this one. And I will continue to support the brand because I support wrestling figures. And I want to believe, I've said this from the get-go, I want POWERTOWN to be my modern-day Jakks Classic Superstar series. And that's what it really kind of is in a lot of ways. So I'm all aboard the POWERTOWN train. I'm on the POWERTOWN train. I'm riding it. I want to be right next to the conductor. I'll shovel some of that coal in to help out if I need to. I just hope things settle down. But at the end of the day, they are really buying our forgiveness is what they're doing. And I guess if you accept the figures, you're being bought, which isn't a bad thing always. We're bought every single day in some way or another. Going to your job sometimes, you're being bought. Maybe you don't want to agree with something. You don't want to do something. But guess what? Your job, you have to do that for your job. And you're getting paid to do it. You're being bought. So I don't know. Everybody's got a price, Ted DiBiase once said, and I guess we all do right here. But a lot of people saying, hey, POWERTOWN, kudos to them, kudos to them. But would have any of this happened if we wouldn't have started this a deep conspiracy video with Jesse Ventura? Would we be where we are right here? So it is good for the collectors. It is good all around. It just feels like we're being bought a little bit, which, once again, maybe not the end of the world, not the biggest thing in the world. I'm very interested to hear, I guess, put that conspiracy hat on once again. I talked about them getting rid of old figures. They were supposed to be made to order back then. I don't know how they still have old figures left, as they sold a bunch of those. Are these going to be the defective ones? What are these going to be? I guess we'll find out in the future what happens with those there. I personally ordered another Kerry Von Erich Diamond and the Bruiser Brody. That's what I figured. I said, I'll get two. Might as well do that. But it is very interesting. I hope, like I said, everything goes smooth from here on out. I'm a champion for every single brand, be it Hasbro, Jazzwares, Marvel, G.I. Joe, Mattel, NECA, Super 7, whatever we want to talk about, I'm champion because I want good figures. I want everybody to succeed. I want everybody to be happy in the action figure game, myself included, most importantly. I want to see that. So it is going to be very, very interesting where this goes in the future. We're going to keep an eye on it here, but kudos to POWERTOWN to finally answer stuff. It's just a shame it took others to move that needle forward. Constant learning, constant improvement. I'm hoping they're taking notes on this. Not sure they're watching this, but in the future, you got to be more open, honest, and especially as a small company, it goes a lot farther than a Mattel or a Hasbro who can hide behind many different lines, board games, things like that. POWERTOWN, this is all you do. You can really put yourself ahead of everybody else if you're open and honest and very transparent across the board to everybody that's supporting you and your brand. But heck of a make good right here, giving two figures out. Very interesting thing in the wrestling figure collectibles. I did mention yesterday in the toy news, they did announce a Galoob line. I think that was a bad precedent. They should have announced that maybe later this week instead of last week, but I think a lot of that flew under the radar for the most people. Not sure a lot of traction has been picked up about that Galoob brand they're making. But very interested to see how this nets out. Very interested to see where it goes in the future. I guess we'll stay tuned and see what ends up happening. Once again, in the future. So there it is. That's my little POWERTOWN statement. I know people were asking for it. People were clamoring for it. Maybe, maybe not, but I wanted to put something out there. I didn't want to wait all the way till next Saturday in the toy news. So there it is. There's the housekeeping. There's the beginning. Now we got to get down to it. Let's get down to the question of the week. All right, time for the mailbag. Time for the question of the week. And of course, as usual, if you want to be the question of the week, put your question in the comments of this very video, and you too can be question of the week. We got the mail girl here, Angie, back another week. Angie, hello. How are you today? How's it going for you this week? Going good? Yeah, we're back at it with another question of the week. Angie and I think we talked about this in last week's video. Might as well start. It's the tip of everybody's tongue this week, I am sure. Angie, last week we talked about watching movies that neither of us have seen. I said I would step up and watch Hocus Pocus. I have not watched Hocus Pocus yet. I will, though. If you really want me to, I'll watch it. But last night, Angie, you settled in on the couch. You got that brand new heated blanket you got from Costco. Oh, you got that double chocolate chunk cookie this week. Check out the figure hunt this week on the channel for more of the double chocolate chunk cookie hunt, trying to find those. We did that, but you also got a heated blanket there. Now, how's that heated blanket treating you?
Beautiful.
But how's the movie Basket Case treating you, as we did watch that last night? Do you have any quick opinions on the movie?
I'm traumatized. nice.
Would you say it's your least favorite movie you've ever watched in your life?
Probably not.
What can you think of? What is worse? What have you watched that's worse than that?
I don't know.
Like some
There's gotta be something else.
high school film that was made by people in like the AV lab or something like that. Now, Basket Case to me, it's not the greatest movie of all. It's far from that. However, it is the only movie that truly terrified me as a little kid, that I was actually scared of. Now, a kid, you see Faces of Death, you see all these other things, you see Freddy Krueger, Jason. It's just all good fun. But for whatever reason, Basket Case always stuck with me. And I think a lot of it was the stop motion scene where they had him tearing up the room and stuff, moving around. Kind of that Ray Harryhausen. There's a deep film major cut right there. You guys know one class away from a minor in film, of course. That Ray Harryhausen animation type stuff, which kind of morphed into Tool Undertow. You ever seen that Tool music video? Creeps me out. Nightmare Before Christmas creeps me out to this day. Something about that stop animation just creeps me out. But Basket Case, we watched that last night. It's been a heck of a long time since I've seen it. Holds up. Remember when he's running naked through the streets? That was crazy. That was crazy at the end.
And there's boobs.
Yeah, there is. That's true. And then Belial's there, of course, the Basket Case. And halfway through the movie, Angie was saying, you know, if we ever adopt a kid, let's get one like Belial. Let's get one like him. We want to get somebody cut off the side and stuff. But I don't know. It's not my favorite movie ever, but it's always holds a special place in my heart. And now, Angie, it holds a special place in your heart. Now, would you watch Basket Case 2, 3, and 4?
Maybe 2, just to see how they come back.
How they come back. Yeah, 3 is the god-awful one. And I heard they're working on 4. I've heard that is the case. So, oh my gosh, could be more Basket Case for us in the future. But Angie took it like a trooper. You had to close your eyes a few times. She gets traumatized. She didn't want to have some of these killings and clawed up faces. She didn't want to have to think about that while she was dreaming. She just likes to dream of me, which it works. It works. So Basket Case, a thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. What are you giving it? Thumbs down. I figured as much.
Fully.
Oh, it's got to be fully. There's no way.
It's curious that he can't talk, but he can scream.
Yeah, he can.
His vocal cords work.
Yes, he talks telepathically through. What was the guy's name now? I forgot his name. Not Howard. Not Oh, it's gonna drive me nuts. But of course, we just watched it. We should have remembered the names by then. Anyways, that's a little bit of Basket Case stuff. How about we get down to the real reason we're here for the question of the week? Angie, roll it.
Roll it. Dark Lord Mordred. Where do I know that from?
He did it a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
So shout out to him for getting back in the game.
Okay. Taking up residence on the couch this week. My question is, what is the greatest concert you've ever been to in your life? The one that you'll never forget and that may even rival your wedding or the birth of your children?
In your memories.
In memories.
Yes. So, Angie, I'm going to let you answer this because...
Now.
Angie, I think you know what your favorite concert you ever saw is. You just saw it.
Chapel.
She just saw Chapel Roan, and you guys got to see all the video of me being in a car for 12 hours in the figure hunt this week. So see the pain, feel hot to go in that video, but I'm glad you and the kids enjoyed it. Even if I was in some misery, you guys got to enjoy it. So I had a feeling that was probably your favorite one. For me, it's a tough one. There's 2 concerts. Ozfest 2004 was a big deal for young Kyle. I was in college at the time. I was so jazzed to see that. I saw that down in Kansas, I believe. Tinley Park Amphitheater back in the day. I think that's what it was. But it was 2 of my all-time favorite bands that I'd never seen with that lineup, I guess is what we'll call it. It was Black Sabbath and Judas Priest co-headlining. It was the return of Rob Halford to Judas Priest. I'd seen Judas Priest with Ripper Owens. I had not seen him with Rob Halford, so that was a big deal for me. Also got to see the original Black Sabbath lineup with Bill Ward on drums and Ozzy Osbourne. Never got to see Ozzy solo. He canceled something like 10 shows I was supposed to see over the years, but I did get to see him with Black Sabbath on 2 different occasions. So that was a big deal. The 2 pioneers of heavy metal. And then you have Black Label Society on there with Zakk Wylde. Slipknot was headlining the second stage. Slayer was there. Always a good time with Slayer. The whole Ozfest experience. So that was quite the show for me. I was very pumped. That was right before I met you, too. So if you would have just met me about 6-7 months earlier, you would have been at that show probably with me by hook or by crook. But also the other concert, a big deal. You were there for this one. It was the Motorhead Cruise. We were on 2 years of the Motorhead Cruise. Slayer, Anthrax, tons of the usual suspects throughout the years on that. And most importantly, Lemmy and Motorhead. Just a very cool experience that I'll never forget. Just being on the water, on a vacation, on a cruise boat, seeing Captain Lemmy, seeing everything else. That was quite the experience. There's no doubt about it. And Angie had a rough time on both years of that. She was, what was it, newly pregnant or something like that? So you were having all the seasickness plus the morning sickness. Just the double up on sickness is what you were doing there. But quite the time.
Time to be alive.
What a time to be alive. So there it is. That is the question of the week. And we do got one bonus question. Throwing Angie for a curveball.
Okay.
Toys Room 28. Hi, Angie. What is your favorite ice cream? And Ed, you're an ice cream expert, so take it from there. What's your favorite ice cream, Angie?
It's kind of controversial.
Uh-oh. Is it?
It's mint chocolate chip.
Mint chocolate? That's controversial?
A lot of people think it tastes like toothpaste.
Oh, really? Things that shouldn't be controversial are turning controversial in this day and age. If mint chocolate chip as your favorite ice cream is controversial, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
If it's in season at Baskin Robbins, it's baseball nut.
Oh, yeah, the baseball nut.
Everyday ice cream.
You always just yell down to the stairs. You say, Daddy.
I want some
You
nuts.
say, Daddy, I want some nuts right now. Take me to get some nuts. And we do. We get the baseball nut. That is a good one. I love raspberry flavored ice cream, but I don't know if mint chocolate chip's a controversial thing. That's a sad state of affairs in this world. If people are offended by that, man, they would hate to watch this channel. I'm going to offend people all day long if that's offensive. For me, I don't even know. I don't really have a sweet tooth, so I rarely ever crave like ice cream. And I guess if I ever get ice cream, it's usually peanut butter chocolate type concoction there. That's what I would go for. I don't know. There's really no ice cream I don't like either. I can eat really any kind of ice cream if I have to. It's just you prefer some over the other. I think that's most people. Even bad ice cream is probably better than eating dirt, at least, I would say. I don't know, or watching Basket Case. Maybe it's better than that, too. So there it is. That's the question of the week. Angie, thank you for joining us once again. If you want to be the question of the week next week, get your question in the comments down below. And now we got you down to it, the weekly purchases. All right, let's get down to weekly purchases. Another big week of weekly purchases with a lot of stuff coming down to the wire once again. But let's kick it off with a little wrestling this week. And the long wait is over. One of the most anticipated sets of the year. In stock, shipping now. It is Scott Hall. It is Kevin Nash. It is the Ultimate Outsiders. Of course, WWE Mattel. Beautiful set. Can't wait to dive into this one. Look forward to that review sooner rather than later. So there's the Outsiders right there. Few more wrestling things this week. Found another Ultimate Warrior. Brand new Target opened up around me. Now I got another Target. I think that makes me like 9 Targets in my vicinity. A brand new Target opened up. You know me. I got the VIP experience. I got to go to it before it opened. I got to get there early. Found a few things I needed, including another Ultimate Warrior. No Warrior left behind, as we do know. Ultimate Warrior Legend Greatest Hits right there. Did get from Jazzware's Vault this week. I talked about it, I think, in the toy news yesterday. Ooh, the Devil and the Angel with these Vault releases. It feels like I buy every single one at full price, and then about a week later, 2 weeks later, what is time, what is weeks? Oh, 25% off everything from the Vault. So next time with that Jerry Lynn, Nigel McGuinness 2-pack, do I give it a couple of days, do a couple of weeks, and wait for a clearance? You know they're going to have a Thanksgiving sale. I might as well wait for that. So be careful there, Jazzwares, but I did get the Brody Lee figure this week through the mail. Also, like a lot of people at Target, got the old Adam Hangman Page figure, Target exclusive from Full Gear. Got that. We'll unbox that on the channel somewhere soon. How about a little Grapplers and Gimmicks, little Hassel Toys right here. British Bulldog, Diana Hart-Smith. Diana Hart-Smith, that was one of the first things he solicited way back when. A lot of people joked about that. And then it was originally kind of, we thought it was going to come by itself. This is the perfect way for this figure to come. Put it with the British Bulldog, husband and wife 2-pack. Here for that. We'll unbox that on the channel as well. Stay tuned to that. Got to give a special shout out to good brother, good friend of the channel, good old Jeremy Conrad. He found the translucent John Cena, and here's a little peek under the tent on this one here. I was very disappointed. So I unboxed this on the channel. Maybe you saw the video, maybe you didn't. Once I took it to take the promo shots, or the glamour shots is what I do, he broke, he snapped. And we see that over the years a lot with translucent plastic, a little bit more brittle. That's what this one was for me. So I have yet to see this in any store. Jeremy's came across about 8 of them, and he sent this one to me. Very nice, a good brother, Jeremy Conrad. Got to give him a special shout out there. It's going to replace my broken one, unfortunately. Also got to give a good brother shout out to good friend Mike Kinnick over there at the Major Bendy's Big Rubber Guys. You know I love my guys big and rubbery, so he did send me a little Easter egg here ahead of time. A little 1 of 1,000 Sergeant Slaughter Big Rubber Guys. So make sure you check out this video on the channel this week. Beautiful, beautiful. You know me, I'm all in on these Big Rubber Guys. Possibly my favorite line going today. So much childhood nostalgia with these. Just very, very fun line to collect, I will say. But we're not done with wrestling. The wrestling hits keep on coming. Got my ringside collectible Headbangers 2-pack. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. The Headbangers, Mosh and Thrash, headbanging their way into my collection. We'll unbox this soon on the channel as well. Also picked up another Vader. You saw me get 2 Vaders last week in weekly purchases. This week I picked up another one. That hot sale, I had to get another Vader. Going to display a different look with this one here. It's truly Vader time around my house. Also picked up one of these for my dad. Shout out to my dad. Maybe more on him later on in this very video. Let's throw him under the bus. How about? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Not done. I had to unbox this one right away. I couldn't wait to get this out of the package. Greatest hits, or greatest grudges, more like it. Papa Shango Ultimate Warrior review is up on the channel right now. Check it out. Absolutely love that set. Can't wait for the next one next year to see who we get in a 2-pack there. So we got that. That's done with that side. Moving on to this side. Got this via Paul Mart. Oh, I hate to resort to it, but what do you do at this point? It is the Monday Night Wars Razor Ramon. Unfortunately, I missed Lita 6 and the Ultimate Warrior. Got Razor. Gonna keep plugging away there. Still gotta find the greatest hits Monday Night Wars. Still need to find another Kurt Hennig. I want to display both looks of those. So the battle marches on with Walmart and the Monday Night Wars collection. Ringside collectibles through the door this week. How about the new greatest hits wave? We got Roman Reigns back in the Shield day right there. We got Natalya Chase Edition, and we got Natalya Regular Edition. So the first time we ever got a Greatest Hits Chase in here. Also, this Natalya, it isn't a re-release or a reimagining or new pinless joints, that kind of stuff. This was a canceled Walgreens exclusive back in the day. So you probably need this for your Elite collection. I know a lot of people skip on the Greatest Hits. This one you might need in your collection. We got Greatest Hits version of The Miz, a good update right there. We also got good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes, another really good update right here with Cody. And the hits keep on coming. King Sheamus, forever my king, of course. King Sheamus right there. And then finally, this round of weekly purchases, we got John Cena to round out the greatest hits line right here. So I'm going to move this stuff around. Get ready for round number 2. All right, time for round number 2 of weekly purchases. Looking to be a 3-rounder this week. Almost to the championship rounds. Dangerously close. This one we unboxed on the channel already. It is Gorilla. Check out that review. A big, beefy figure. Possibly the biggest Super 7 Ultimate of all time. You know me, I love a hairy bipedal creature, even a big old gorilla. Check out that video if you did miss that. I did go to an antique store, and I will have that video on the channel here in a couple of weeks, so you'll want to see that one for sure. But I finally did find the 2 missing figures I needed for the, of course, All-Father. I always want to call it Dark Father. Yeah, Dark Father. All-Father, I always want to call him. It's Dark Father wave. The last 2 I needed there. Got these at an antique store very cheap. Gonna finally finish that off. We'll unbox those on the channel one of these days, sooner than later. Gotta get a deal out there, even if you've never seen the movie. What did I get this week? I got the Inferno Ghost Face, of course, from Scream. $10 on clearance at Walmart. I said, I don't really know anything about this. I've been wanting to watch the Scream movie, at least the first one. It's on my to-do list. I think I'll finally unbox, or I'll finally watch it, and then I'll unbox this is probably the plan here. My daughter really likes Scream, so maybe I'll just give this figure to her once I get it out of the box there. But $10 for a NECA figure, you really can't go wrong with that. Got a big beefy figure through the mail this week as well. It is Lockjaw and Crystal. Looking really good here with the Inhumans. Always here for something like this. Big, heavy box. Can't wait to dive into that one on the channel as well. How about a little bit more McFarlane this week? Of course, the Target exclusive gold label Sinestro Parallax edition here for Sinestro. And then we did get Commander Steel in all of his Target uniform glory. I believe he's also a Target security guard part-time, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody fact check that if you want to. Got him through the door. And then I also got this at Target. Target, the gift that keeps on giving this week with the Circle rewards and all that. Got this at a discount. It is the Last Ronin accessory set. Picked that up at one of my local Targets. So check out that toy hunt video where you'll see this, of course. Also with the coupon this week, I picked up Old Monkeyin. Shout out to Old Monkeyin here. Picked him up this week as well. Oh, there you go, Monkey, and stay right there. But we're not done with McFarland's. Kyle Campy, I believe that's how you pronounce your name there. Good friend of the channel, Patreon member. He was out in New York and came across this figure. I didn't even know this thing existed. So shout out to him. I'm going to unbox this on the channel as well. It is the Jokerized edition of Harley Quinn. I remember passing on the original version of this Harley Quinn. I do have some regrets on that. I wish I would have picked that one up back in the day. But shout out to him for sending that to me. Nice, good brother there. Found Huntress. Found her at my local Best Buy store. Best Buy, not just for whatever they sell these days. They don't sell video games too much anymore, or DVDs, CDs. I guess washing machines, appliances, TVs, and action figures is what you got. But I got the Huntress from there this week as well. Got some new Masters Universe Origins this week. Finally, glow-in-the-dark Necroconda through the door this week. Oh, the Anaconda Necroconda looking good. Also got the Horde Trooper Prime through the door this week. So a double dose of Masters of the Universe going on right there. And we're not done. I did get this from Mondo, the replacement Rogue Head. So got to give a special shout out to Mondo, making it right. A lot of people had eye issues with their Rogue figures. They sent these free of charge, much like PowerTown did, we talked about in this very video. So it does happen from other suppliers as well. And then we move over to my yard and we get those Ben Cooper kids. Get them off my yard. I got the Beetlejuice. I got the Alien. Not sure why. Part of me is like, I'm getting all these. I might as well get these. One thing I have noticed, the Ben Cooper Kids Series 1 that went up for pre-order on NECA's site, those things are astronomical on the secondary market. Like the Creature Kid, that's the one I want the most. Even if it's a girl, the Creature Kid's like $150 on eBay. So I am hoping those go to stores. I thought that was the plan all along, they would go to stores. Not sure where the disconnect is on that. I need to look into that a little bit more, but it would be nice to have that Series 1, as I got Series 2, got these special ones here, and got the final special one. I got Stripe last week, said, well, I might as well get Gizmo to go with Stripe. So I did get that this week from the Ben Cooper Kid collection. So that's round number 2. One more round of weekly purchases. All right, time for round number 3 of weekly purchases right here. And what did we get in round number 3? Well, let's start off with a little G.I. Joe. How about? Brand new G.I. Joe Ultimates. Got the Crimson Guard through the door this week. Also got CoverGirl. Can't wait to unbox this one. A bit of a miss on Super 7's part here. Would have liked to see a blonde-haired edition as well. Just the red-haired going on there. Speaking of G.I. Joes, couldn't wait to get him out of the pack. We got Road Pig this week, so check out that Road Pig unboxing. If you missed that, you missed a heck of a video. Now getting into a little bit more here, a little bit of sad case here. We got 2 Frankenstein figures. Did find this at Best Buy. It is, of course, the Bride of Frankenstein. I have another one of these coming, so hopefully I can get my money back, because I couldn't wait. Saw this at Best Buy, brand new NECA, perfect for the Halloween season, as you can imagine, the Bride of Frankenstein right there. But not done. Nuh-uh. We got another Frankenstein through the door this week. We got the Mythic Legions figure Obscura. Old school, non-universal monster, old school bookie Mythic Legion style Frankenstein right here. So I did get mine through the door. Big deluxe set here. Can't wait to dive in to that one as well. And I've heard your comments out there. I get it. You guys were hoping my dad would come to unbox these. He turned down my offer, didn't even let me counter offer. He said, you'll do fine just on your own. That's what he said. So he has no interest in unboxing these with me, unfortunately. I think he's still getting prepared for the big matchup against those Costco guys, if I'm not mistaken. He's in the gym pumping iron. He's putting in 2-a-days over there, getting ready for his return to the ring, I think is what he's doing. But
for AEW, All Elite Wrestling.
AJ, Big Justice, I heard the good news. You're coming out of retirement. Good for you. You're not the only one, though, that's coming out of retirement, as I got somebody. He's 6'8", and as they say, you can't teach that. My dad, and we're challenging you at AEW Collision, October 26th, to a chicken bake on a pole match. We're going to bring the Doom to you. Unfortunately, he is not going to be here, so I guess we'll get around to these sooner rather than later. So another busy week of weekly purchases. I am hopeful next week is a little bit quieter because, as you guys know, last week was a gigantic weekly purchases. Still working through all that stuff, putting videos up on Patreon really multiple times a day. I think I've been putting about 6 or 7 videos on Patreon every single day. A lot of stuff to get through, and now a whole nother round of stuff to get through. Also have some Halloween stuff I've been waiting to unbox that I need to get through as well. Just a lot going on here, and I do anticipate next week to be a little bit more quiet, so should be able to hopefully get caught up the next couple of weeks on unboxings. But if you want to see the majority of this stuff, Patreon is going to pay off because you're going to get this stuff a lot earlier than traditional YouTube. But a fun week of pickups. Just continues every single week, as we do know. So we'll see what happens next week in weekly purchases. But what did you pick up this week? What did you grab out there? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell, as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you, of course, over there on Patreon. Patreon, as I said, best way to support this YouTube channel. Plenty of early stuff over there. Q&As, giveaways, glamour shots. Both channels videos early. A lot going on the old Patreon. Check out ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. Don't forget my book, The Complete Guide to the WWE Jakks Classic Superstars Series, available in Kindle edition now. Check it out if you have not already. And then, of course, finally, SirPaul64 on the X is where you're going to find me. The_Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for another week of weekly purchases,